Remember back in the day when you taught me to live and I taught you to pray. We went in the battle together, no matter the weather, we never delayed. You gave me commands, I always obeyed. I never let you go astray. I never thought I'd see the day that you would come and just betray me. Sick of playing silly games, you never loved me anyway. You should not have let me get away, cause now I'm moving through my prey. I'm bigger, I'm better, my mind is a weapon. I won't ever let up. You try to break me down and I'ma just get up. They ask me how I did it, I'ma just tell them I rose up. Survivor. Fight for my life. Coming back stronger. I will arise. I'm a survivor. Fight for my life. Coming back stronger. I will arise. Staring at you from afar, analyzing every scar. Asking myself how we got here. Remember, this is who we are. I am not here for revenge. I did not come to make ends. Not here to repent for my sins. I just came here to win. I just came here to end. I just came here to fight. Show you everything you said I couldn't be. I became overnight. This for the blood, this is for the tears, this is for my pain and my plight. Two walked in, but only one of us is walking out of here tonight. I'm a survivor. For my life, coming back stronger. I will arise. I'm a survivor. Fight for my life, coming back stronger. I will arise.
You are joining us for our first ANZ ESeries NASCAR event, coming to you digitally from the Concrete Canyon itself, Nashville, here in Tennessee. This is going to be a lot of fun, and I've got a lot to unpack. I've got a couple of veteran commentators in the studio. I've got heaps of officials in the control room. I've got heaps of sim racers out there. I'm counting about 14 out there, ready to put on a show for everyone. Here to help me in the combox and fresh over his win in the GT3s last night, I've got to mention that, is the loose but fast Connor Nixon. Welcome back, mate.
Thanks, mate. It's good to be back. Thanks for the intro. That was awesome. Yeah, good to be back. It's been a while. My voice is starting to get a bit ashy and you know, not too smooth anymore. But I'm sure we'll get back into the mix of it. Yeah,
look, and it's completely different to what we've been used to for I think 20 weeks that we went with the 86s. Short, sharp NASCAR events that we're going to be doing every second Thursday night. This is going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, this will be really cool. Bit of a different thing compared to the 86 we were running last season. We came back bigger and better. What it said on the intro, and that's what we've definitely done. So Fitz Beaumont and myself have put this together. And thanks to Ben on this platform. So yeah, we'll see how this goes, and should be good.
Well, you're saying that they're different, and I tell you, you couldn't get more different to an 86 in these new generation NASCARs. I mean, we've got the full aluminium suspension components.
Oh!
We got, yeah, I saw that. We got center locking wheels. We got independent rear suspension, 5-speed sequential transmission. The list goes on and on and on with these things.
And they turn left.
And they turn left a lot. And the drivers, I think they're going to have about a 670 horsepower at their right disposal on the so compared to the 86, they're really going to be hanging on to these things over tonight.
Definitely, it's a whole different kettle of fish. I've done a lot of NASCAR, so has Fitz. So we thought we might as well bring it to the Australian market, something a bit different, because we do it on every Saturday morning as much as we can. And you see these Americans doing all these leagues and making them so special. And we thought, well, we'll throw it in and yeah, and you're talking about the NASCAR, they're completely different with the 86. It's incredible how different they are. Really skinny tyres like an 86, but just so much more power, so much more, and they've got to keep a hold of those tyres for the whole race. So it should be very interesting.
It should be great. I'm looking forward to it. Now, look, we've let's get into the. We've only got 3 minutes left of practice here. We want to get to some races and show people who's out there and who's about. Let's jump on board with you guys. Let's see how loud this is for everyone at home. Oh, that is. I think that was David Atkinson. It is David Atkinson. That's not where you're supposed to be. That.
Across grass.
I just don't exactly know where that is. Let's find someone on a lap.
It's in the infield on the last corner.
A lot of names that I'm not used to, but Kyle Ridley, I do know Kyle, but we're going to see a lot of Vermilion motorsport liveries out there, I think, tonight.
Yeah, very. He's one of. Yeah, he's actually a bit of a veteran to the old NASCAR. He came off a championship in a different league, a checkered flag race.
We'll keep an eye out for him. Steve Kokoschki, just coming out of the pits now. Oh, be careful, mate. Oh, lucky it's digital, mate.
Yeah.
He's coming out of the pits. Tim out of the track. And the Pride Month.
Yes.
Fitzroy Beaumont's out there in another Pride Month. Ben Miles, what's he practicing? Dennis Stancock. You're my people watching. There's Liam Banks. I won't be able to miss that. That's nice and light green. Orlando Black. Matthew Brunt's out there, and he's originally,
Yeah.
I watched that one. We've got Daniel Crooks in here, Julian Mackey.
I was going to say he's a new driver. He's been around for ages, so it's good to see him back. Been doing done a lot of racing with Julian. He's very fast at IndyCar around ovals, so I'm wondering what he's going to be like. Something a bit more weight to it, so it should be good.
We've got the Waldler himself, he's had down in Vermilion Motorsport as well. Brad Hayes, David Atkinson. We saw him finding the limits at turn 3. Actually, it would have been the exit of turn 2, actually, where he's finding the limits. And David Milne's out there too. So we've got a out there on the track, so it should be a great race around this 2.1 kilometre track.
Yeah, should be good.
Speaking of track, Benny's giving me a little bit of a figure of we've got 50 seconds left of practice. So sit back and try to get some run comment in the meantime, so we can chat with you guys. Just sit back and relax.
I was going to say, just check Ben as well.
Okay. Well, I think we're going to get into qualifying. I'll have to find out actually who's on track at any given point to see what's going on here? So I think Brad Hayes is out on track. We'll see if we can find him. No, he's not out on track. Orlando Black.
A lot of people are out on track.
They are. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
There
So
they
that's
are.
Orlando Black coming out of the pits.
And just a bit of information too, guys. This is a bit of a different concept. So it's a 1 lap dash for qualifying. So they actually won't get up to their top speed on their fast qualifying lap. So there's only 1 lap. So it normally takes 2 laps to get up to speed, really, because you want to use that momentum. And there's Orlando just
There is no momentum in what he's just done there.
yeah. So he'll be going right to the back. Tyson Hammond's on a good lap though.
I'm just going to jump on with Matthew Brunt. We might jump on board for a lap, eh? And see what
Yeah,
it looks
might
like. We
well.
go over the shoulder. Sorry about the gyro look here for everyone. It's going to get very sideways through here and very loud.
Just waving around a little bit. Try and get a bit of tire temp in. Pushing through here just to get the car nice and turned in. It's going to get on the power nice and early to get that exit speed. It's all about momentum that I mentioned, and he's using all of it right on the wall there. Get all the draft back down low. He's done that nice. Let's see if he goes out. He does. He wants to hug it the whole way around, so he's going to lose about a tenth or two. He's going to come back onto the straight. Use all that bottom. That's what he's going to do. He's done well. So that's massive.
So that's all we're going to get out of these guys. Or is this the lap that he's on now? This could be his lap that we're going to see actually on. He's just at a 30.09. That was pretty quick.
Very well. Yeah, very good. I was going to say, apparently I'm too loud.
Yeah, it's alright. We're fixing it up as we go on. I mean, we've never had that problem here on the...
Oh, it's been the other way around.
It's always been the other way around, so I'll keep playing around until no one tells me to shut up, you know?
I think that too. Yeah. Ugh.
I see that the BAP has sent an upper VM, thanks very much, and
What?
who else is in here? Oh, the controller man himself, evening all. Exciting to see some stock car racing. Who else is going to be on track? Who else hasn't done a lap? Tyson, the hammer, the wobbler, as he's known to his mates, has done a lap.
Yeah.
Most guys have gone out there and done a lap, I'm pretty sure.
Mm.
Tim
Yeah,
Vaughan.
most of them have.
Oh, here we go. Tim Vaughan's still out on track, but he's done a 29.7, so he's flying.
That's rapid. Yeah, Tim's very good in these cars. I've nicknamed him the Flying Kiwi. He's just a rapid of a dude. He really knows how to just jump in the car, just to be on the pace instantly. I've seen it way too many times, and I get the craps basically. Tell him to nod himself just because he just gets up to speed so far, very quickly. So yeah, good for Tim being on pole. Dennis Hancock done very well. P2. How good's that? Good to see.
Yeah, so we got Daniel Hancock up there, and so he's just bringing it back into the pits, getting that digital engine, bringing it back safe and sound, ready for the big 75 lap race, which we're going to get into very shortly. Who else is back up? Is Stephen Kokoschki? Oh, he's gone below the. What was that? That was
good lap time.
that was a 29.7. From
so
I've just.
he just went up to the top.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
going to take some beating. I don't think anyone will be able to beat that.
I don't think anyone's got.
I think everyone that
time.
has gone, unless Tim Vaughan he's just circling. I don't think he's on a lap. I'm looking at his sector times.
I think he's just trying to get.
No,
a rhythm.
he's on a 30. He's on a 30, but it's a high 30, so he's not going to be able to. Yeah, there you go. They've advanced the session. So we've jumped on here a bit late, guys, and now we're straight into a race. 75 laps around Nashville. It's going to be full on, Connor. I hope
definitely will.
I hope you're ready.
Yeah, I got my Thunderwear on this one. This will be a good one.
Well, it looks like we've got a good mix of good or professional drivers, if you may, and a lot of guys that are here just for a bit of fun. So That always doesn't make a good mix, but let's see what happens, eh?
Makes it interesting, though.
Makes it interesting for us and our audience watching, and that's the main thing. That's what we're here for. Okay, let's see. I've got some new graphics that we can use. Let's see how I go with this. As you can see, anyone that's watching and watched the GR86 is a little bit different. The overlay that we got going. So let's see if we can get a qualifying. Here we go. I'll let you. You got the info in front of you there.
Oh man, I've always got it. So Steve Kikoshi on pole position with a very blistering time in the Synergy entry. Well done to Steve. Good to see him on pole, bringing it back hard. Timothy Vaughan, P2, very good job. The Flying Kiwi. Go back one row. P3, Dennis Hancock, done very well to be in that position. Ben Miles just coming out of FRG in the Formula 4, so well done. Kyle Ridley, P5. Good position by him, only by a 10th from P1. P6, Orlando Black in the other Vermilion entry, so that's all locked out. Matthew Brunt, Steve Kokoschki's teammate, so in P7, well done Brunt. Very successful last night as well in P2. P8, Fitz, well done mate, in the Vermilion entry, Pride entry as well. Brad Hayes, P9. Car number 45 doing very well in the top 10. Julian, I said about Julian, bit different, so he's in P10. So we'll see where he ends up for the end of the race. Tyson Hemmer, the Wobbler, P11 out of the top 10. He'll be. I'd say he wants to be in that top 10. So well done, Tice. Daniel Fritz. So there's two Fitz. Fritz, so that's going to be an interesting one. David Milne, P13, well done to him. David Atkinson, good to see him again. He was racing last night. Ben Faulkner is on the back row with Oliver Patterson that are in race control.
Yeah, they're in race control, so I went a little bit too far there on the starting grids, and we've had people already talking about the budgets we've done. Yeah, that looked really cool. I'll get used to that. That looked really cool on the stream, so hopefully everyone enjoyed that. So we're about to get on the way. I think we do one lap under the safety car before we go green. I'm not quite sure on how NASCAR entirely works, but 15 guys on the grid.
Do you want me to tell you, Aaron?
Please inform me as an absolute novice, and inform my viewers and inform everyone out there what to expect out of the 75 laps tonight.
So for the start, we'll talk about the start of the race. So they'll start 2 wide, and they've all got to go down to 80 kilometers an hour. So the front two actually don't work together. So the guy that starts in P1, he will call when he's ready to go green, basically. So they're on the side, there's Ryko, and that's the starting zone that they can start racing. So it's all up to Steve Kokoschki to lead this race off. Well, Steve just stalls the engine and gets going now.
Who was that in third row of the grid? That looked like to me I'll have to find out who that actually was.
Orlando Black.
Was it Orlando?
Yep.
Yeah, that was definitely Orlando. Well, great start. I mean, a lot of horsepower, like I said. He's probably given it a bit of a squirt and gone, oh, hang on, that's grass. Hope he doesn't get a penalty for what he's done.
I was going to say, that's all horsepower. So that's, very easy to do. But he's just slowly... I think he might be in his position, so he's all good now. But, yeah, we talked about horsepower. There's some horsepower. Yeah,
got lots of horsepower. And we go about on that starting grid looking at all these guys. This is anybody's race. If anyone's, if you get yourself into a bit of a slip, as I know, I've only done a little bit of NASCAR racing, but as long as you can stay in that lead pack, I think you got a chance of making it.
Yeah. So it's all about slipstream and runs, and they're about to go green. So we'll see that Ryko sign. Might not see it, no, because the camera's on the other side. And Steve is gone. We're going racing. And good start by Steve. He's absolutely gapped Tim. And it looks like Orlando's going to have a look on the outside, see if he gets the run. The 2 Vermilions are down below as well, the black ones. Steve is absolutely
who's that that's gone around?
Oh.
That's Miles.
That's our first yellow.
That's Miles.
Talk about horsepower.
Yeah, well, there's plenty of it. Let's just see what he's done there. I'll try and get on board with him. So that's Ben Miles. I'm on in a replay with him now. He's come through. That's turn 2. Oh, and he's done it himself. Well, to me, it doesn't look like much damage, so I think he'll be able to get back on this lead lap and get back on with it. We got to turn 2. Back live. So yeah, that's Ben Miles licking his wounds at the end of that. So after that start, who's the big movers and shakers after that? Oh, they're coming into the pits. Steve's coming to the pits.
That's an interesting move to do. We'll see how that ends up.
He's playing a strategy game. Who stayed out? So Dennis Hancock stayed out. Oh, I like strategy. I love strategy and everything. And we've already got strategy 1 lap in.
I was going to say, I said to Aaron before we got into the stream, it's all going to be about strategy tonight, and it's coming into play already. But for Steve, that's a very interesting one. I can't really say why he's done that, because it's early on, and I forgot to mention before they went green racing, they actually didn't do a compulsory tyre swap. So maybe Steve reckons he can last 75 laps. Who knows? But,
I don't look. I again, I'm not that great with NASCAR, but I can tell you that if I could go 3 laps in a NASCAR, that's my tyres gone.
Yeah.
These guys will be holding it flat, I'd imagine.
Yeah. So no, there is quite a lot of braking. So those front tyres will actually let go after a while, and they'll lose a lot of front end grip and actually start to slide up on the track. So those front tyres will be suffering for a very long time. So for Steve to go all the way into the back, and he will need to push back up through the field, that's going to be a lot of work. Actually interesting though, that's for sure.
Yeah, this is. I'm already excited, and we're lap 2.
Under yellow.
Under yellow lap 2, and I'm so excited. So I'd imagine we'll do 2 laps of safety car to get them back under control. They'll go side by side racing, I'd imagine, when they go back to green. I might change that counter on there, because that looks an hour and 21 minutes up there. Does not fill me full of confidence. I might just go on laps. No, that's better. That's better. So we're in lap 4 of 75. Anyone that's watching at home, sorry, I'll try and I've got a lot more pots and pans. I've fit as many pots and pans as I could in front of me for this broadcast. So if you do need to chat, I will get back to you guys, and we'll try and chat to you, okay? I see that Dale Lube's jumped into chat as well to say hello. It's great to be back, Dale, Slipping Lube. I just want to see you on track sooner than later as well. Thomas Byrne, yes, the whole kitchen isn't here. The wife couldn't cook spaghetti tonight, but I think it's all worth it.
You've stolen all the pots and pans, mate.
Yeah, I did. So it looks like they're getting back into formation.
Yep.
I'll get on to the lead lap here. So who was the guy that went into the pits? That was Steve Kokoschki. There he is there. He's actually saving fuel too.
And we're going to go green. And Dennis Hancock's going to lead us off the green.
And he's been left napping.
Everyone's been he absolutely just got jumped by everyone. I wonder what happened there. It's just completely backed out of it.
I might jump on board with him and see if he's got any issues.
I think he's hasn't judged that too well. I think that's all that's happened.
He must have thought there was another lap or something.
Must have. Alright.
He's coming to the pits. Has he got a penalty?
What has happened there?
So who's that in front of him? That's Tim Vaughan in front of him as well, coming into the pits. Oh,
they
okay.
must have got a penalty or something.
I'd have to look at the. I'd have to look at my
stuff.
chat to see if race control has said anything to us. But as far as I can see anything. And Fitzroy Beaumont has found himself at the lead of this race. Matthew Brunt, look out for brunt force trauma behind him. Might give him a bit of a tap, a bit of check your oversteer moment.
I was going to say Brunt was very competitive last night, so back to do it again. And yeah, Fitz is one of the, let's just say, he wish he was American, let's just say.
He loves it, does it? He loves his NASCAR. Okay. So we'll jump on, I'll see if I can get some footage of Brunt following here. Oh, perfect. So this will give us a bit of a bird's eye view of how these cars are actually making power around here, where they're backing off. So he's losing a bit of front already.
Yeah, so he would just be going in too hot, losing that front end, and over tyres. So when I mean that, it's overheating.
So I think Tyson's got him. Yeah, Tyson's just got him there on the inside.
The wobbler.
The wobbler.
So it's 1-2 for the million now. Oh, that's a great camera. Look at that. So now you can actually see how the track's going. So
Yeah, so this
doesn't have.
You go on, sorry.
No, you're good. So, one's going back down low. Looks like a lot of people are going in pit. So I think what's happened is on the restart, Hancock's hasn't went going, and everyone's went low to get out of his way and not hitting. And they've gotten a penalty. So what happens is you
they've
can't
crossed before the start finish. Of
Yep.
course. Well, he'll go a lap down. These people that have gone back into pits now will go a lap down. So it's going to be a really hard race for them to come back.
Yeah, so they'll just be praying for now is a safety car.
Which we will see. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, I was going to say it's definitely going to be there. So now the wobbler and Mr. Fit out front. Let's go travel down the back, shall we?
Yeah, I was just trying to bring up this little graph here. So Jamie Christensen in the number 38, he's actually made the most positions. He's come up from he started in P16 right at the back of the grid, and here he is in P5, fighting hard with who's at the front of him? That's number 27, Kyle Ridley, and Julian's on his on the outside of him.
Yeah, making moves. He's went up the inside. I was giving a few tips to Jamie before the race. I said it's all about momentum. Use the momentum of the car. If you've got the momentum, make the move. So Julian's going to stick around the outside, hurt the tyres. Jamie's got the move done. So
and I see that Fitzroy Beaumont that's leading. Actually, I think he just lost the lead. No, he's got the lead, but he's made 7 positions since the start of this race as well. So
sure he's happy with himself.
well, he's only got to hold on for another, what's that, 63 laps? Yeah. Let's see how he's feeling. Let's see how his shoulders are feeling by the end of that.
Yeah, the other thing too, it's a mental game in NASCAR, and it's physical as well. It's a lot of force on the steering wheel, just keep turning left every 20 seconds minimum. It's pretty nuts. So it's only a 57-second lap. That's a really fast lap time. No, my apologies. About a 29. I don't know where I was getting 50 from, but 29 seconds of a lap. So it is bugger all time while resting down the straight for your arms. So it's a lot of turning. And Jamie was doing it the other night. This is hard work. I mean, he's a road racer, so he's not used to it.
Yeah, that even me, I'm getting back into the sim yesterday, gave me core shoulders a bit of a workout, but that's okay. You know, I'll do it as long as I have to. Yeah, my right leg was a bit bigger than the left one, but hitting the brakes after the end of turn 1 there. But these guys don't have to worry about that too much. They just need to get the momentum of these things going. So he's Tyson's really getting in. Do you think he's just staying in the slipstream for as long as he can, save fuel, save tyres? Because you probably get a little bit of understeer if you're behind the car like that as well.
Yeah, indeed you are. You've got a lot of understeer going into the corner, not out of the corner, into it. So he's going to be under brakes now. See how he's just coming out a little bit? He's not really right behind him.
And he's not pushing into the corner either, so yeah.
He's doing
Mitchell Patterson on the stream thinks he's working with the hammer to build a gap, and you know what, that is probably right. We go back to Jamie Christensen. He's made a lot of positions, and he's actually hunting down Kyle at the moment. We just saw him before in a battle for fifth, and he's out of that now into this battle for third, into this battle for podium. Just look at at their times at the moment. So the guys at the front are doing high 29s, very, very low 30s. But Jamie Christensen is doing 29.8s. So he's actually a tenth quicker than anyone else out there on the track. So keep an eye on him. He will work his way if he keeps doing laps like that.
He'll be pushing hard.
Yeah, and Kyle just did a 29.7 on that previous lap. So these guys are going to be on the leaders quick smart. So if Fitzroy and Tyson are working together, they might want to give themselves a bit of a bump draft and get going. I see Orlando Black has lost a position. He's battling now with.
I think that's Millsy.
Yeah, that was Millsy having a bit of a blink battle. Blink and you're missing.
Mr. Blinky Bill. So
I must admit, I mean, I do like the Vermilion Motorsport livery, but I expect a bit more from Ben Miles actually in livery land. So I might go down to the sheds after this and give him a bit of a rev.
Yeah. It's interesting to see a lot of these guys, they do a lot of road racing to adapt to this, because a lot of people think, oh, you just turn left, not too much to it, but there's a lot of strategy to it, and we'll see that at the end of the race.
Oh, that's a big moment.
Oh, there goes Millsy. He's going to run home.
He's held onto it. I'll just go to him now. He held onto it. We'll just jump on board with him here. Engine sounds sweet as a nut. Oh, I hear those tyres. You can hear those tyres in the background just
Choosing them up.
Yeah, just chewing them.
Yeah, so it'd be running too high, so going up high would be wearing him in the corners, so he's going to come back down low. Very nice line there. Now he's going to start powering on down. So you'd actually want to be off throttle pretty much the whole mid corner. On exit, you want to plant it just to get as much grip as possible and not burn the tyre up. What a great wall there.
That's the exit of turn 2 there actually, as they're coming through. I was watching a bit of practice. That's exactly why I've got it on that on that right there. Is people
great.
seem to find that that corner very quickly. Oh, that was close. Who was that? Love to know who that was actually. There's our leaders.
Catching. There's Orlando going too wide. I feel like Orlando will be chewing up his tyres quite as well. So might be Mr. Ben Miles and Orlando Black chewing them up the most. Julian just gapping those two as well.
Yeah, bloody Mitchell's on there asking to get that shot for the promo. I'm just trying to find where. So here's Steve Kokoschki. We saw him leading, then we saw him pitting, and now I'm looking at him 3 laps down. So probably a night for him to forget. He'll need a safety car or 2 to get back onto that lead lap. Unless this is the strategy that we've seen it time and time again in other series, that people have bigger noggins than us and just pull out all the stops when it comes to strategy. So we see that Steve Kokoschki, I've got that on the timing there, he's 14 seconds behind Tim Vaughan. So technically if you can catch up onto him, that will bring him back up only 1 lap down. Well, that's a tall order. That's going to be a tough ask. Who else we got down the back here? Tim Vaughan. We just mentioned. Yeah, so he's technically on the lead lap, but the leaders will be coming up on him shortly. Yeah. David Atkinson. We saw him in the weeds when we first opened up. He's racing pretty well. He's in the 31s already, so we're starting to see the effects of the tyres going off.
Yeah, it's the other interesting thing too. Kyle Ridley's actually catching up to Tyson Hammer and James
Yeah, I'm just keeping that split there at the moment. So I'll go back to it very shortly because I see that the 1.4 second lead that Fitzroy and the Hammer had is actually being reduced. So we'll get back to that very shortly. Let's Tim Vaughan is back here as well. I can't remember who started. Tim Vaughan was second on the grid, I'm pretty sure, where he started. Yes, Tim Vaughan, he was P2, started the race. He's now found himself in P12. Lead lap, but well off the pace. David Milne, these are all just racing by yourselves, very, very hard to, you need a teammate somewhere. Ben Miles, after that bit of a hug with the wall, has found himself in P9. I don't think his fan base was quite like that.
He had the biggest fan base.
Yeah, he did, and Sean Doyle, which is not in here tonight, also had big people watching him as well. So let's keep on going up here. We got so that's Brad Hayes. He's actually catching these two for P6 and 7. We put him in the battle for P6 here because he's catching these guys in front. These two look like an awesome battle. So the top 10 drivers are all doing 30s exactly the same time. They're doing 30.3, 30.3, 30.3, 30.3, 30.3 the whole way down. So matching the pace. So it doesn't look like you get too much of a benefit with another driver. You probably need about 4 of these together to make hay while the sun shines. Let's get up to these guys now.
Definitely
this is the battle that we're talking about. Yeah. So Tyson Hammer's actually, Jamie Christensen's got him. Let's see if I can get a better view of what's going on here. Okay, so there's the battle for them. Oh, look how wide they get in front there. Let's just jump on the forward pile.
Want to get the good run out of the corner, so we're going to see
how wide he's staying up there, and he's off the throttle. He's bringing it in nice. You can tell he's not on full throttle at all.
I talked about Kyle with his championship. You can see why he's a champion, because he's just holding there and the car's barely working. Nice and wide. Now he's on throttle, and look at the exit he's got.
We'll try and get on board. I'll try and get some helmet cam here. Oh, that's better. This will give us a nice indication of the wheel work he's doing. Oh, very smooth. Very smooth on the steering wheel. Oh, great exit too. So yeah, and he's short shifting too. And saving.
He's using all the tools in the toolbox at this point, which is good work from Kyle. So you can see Fitz really using that tyre. Same with Jamie. If you see in that rear view mirror, Jamie's just having a dive, backs out of it, so that will slowly.
This is the difference. We've got Kyle Ridley here, obviously knowing where he can and can't save fuel, and the other two boys around him, they're not here to save fuel, they're here to win.
Yeah. You're either first or you last.
Hey, 100%. That's NASCAR for you.
How's the sound of these things, though, Aaron?
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it.
We went from a 1.5 litre V6 to a to a 5 litre V8.
So that's who's out at the back there? That's David Atkinson, I think they're passing. Yeah, that was David Atkinson. He's giving him a bit of room, so he's going to go a lap down. I might go. Sorry, I just get in a trance when I watch this. So this is just a little battle for third.
We're already on lap 35 already.
Oh yeah, I know.
That's
So we're halfway through the race, and we've only just warmed up, to be honest. So there's that little battle for first. There's what 0.4 of a second between the three, and the guy that's in the box seat, I think, is Kyle here. So if I had to put my money where my mouth is here, I'd have to say Kyle's got, depending on safety cars and depending on strategy, I think he's might be able to go stretch his stint a little bit further, or come in early and get on new rubber.
Yeah, do the undercut. The one person I think that's got a lot of pace, and if he does his cards right, is Jamie. I think he's got a lot of pace under that vehicle.
Okay, yep.
Yep.
And the other thing is, would you want to come for an undercut? You'd want to come in with your group because you want to keep that momentum, keep that slipstream together. So
It's a bit of a risk versus reward. I did an undercut the other day and I gained about 8 seconds on someone. So it was that fresh tyre, and you can see Kyle.
Yep, he's
Kyle just having a wiggle. Kyle having a wiggle on the outside there, just a twitch, but that's all it takes. So Jamie, I talked about pace. He's showing it now. So he's going to go around the outside. Does he go under? He's going to tuck back in because he didn't have the momentum. Hit the apex and look at the run he's got here. Beautiful.
I thought he might have went underneath him now. I'm just, I'm sort of waiting for it. He's obviously not, he'd be more content out front, so we'll see if he definitely has the run.
He needs to be under here, so let's see if he makes a dive. No, backs out of it again. But Fitz has made a mistake, so does he get the run? Indeed he does.
Oh, he's had to back out. And the guy that's going to... Oh, there he is, lurking. Kyle Ridley lurking in the back.
See if the boys put that throttle down. It's who's going to jump in the pits first, that's the question. Jamie runs up high, those tyres are starting to wear. That should be a notification to go, hey, let's think about doing a pit stop. There's one of the drivers getting out of the way, and I think that is Ben Miles. Yep, that was Ben Miles getting out of the way. Just slotting back in. And we're on the side of Jamie Christensen's car. Great shot we got here. So we can see how the car's going to react from his point of view, but we can see how Kyle's saved those tyres up, and he's got the run each time. Comes out back to the wall. You can see Kyle's backing out of it a little bit, just so he protects the car, protects the tyres. Who's going to jump in first for a pit stop? Ben Miles is just sitting there, so he's out of contention, but he's staying there to get the lucky dog. So a lucky dog is under safety car, they can get their lap back. So he's just sitting there. That's all he needs to do, and Fitz is up high, and Jamie's got the run, and I think he's got him. It's not the shot, so I think he's got him. Oh, he's still there. Does he back out? Where's Kyle in this situation? Jamie's running up high, the tyre's not going to hold on for much longer. Fitz is out wide. Remember, he was out front the whole time, so that tyre will be absolutely blown to smithereens. So being up top, we'll have no grip up there. Still none. Fitz is still there though. Solid
that
effort.
is great racing.
That's awesome. And comes out top, Mr. Fitz Beaumont. Oh, looks like Jamie's backing out of it. He knows that tyre's starting to wear a little bit too much.
So he's gone. The battle that he had with Fitzroy is putting back into P3 now. So I think that is.
Yep, that's P3. No,
okay.
No, that's Ben Miles
in between them.
That's Ben. Well,
Getting more horsepower down. Like every corner, he's just going to pull away from these guys. So
yep.
Ben has pitted. I'm just looking at pit stops done. I might be able to bring it up as a thing for everyone to look at. Pit stop counts. So yeah, Ben Miles, the leader's under 0. The first person that's done a pit stop.
That'd be Steve.
Well, Steve Kokoschke definitely did a pit stop, but I think the person leading that's done a pit stop is Ben Miles.
Wow.
Yeah, and there you go. That's just one. That's just one and a half laps, and that's correct.
Yep.
And he's checked out. Thanks very much for coming, boys and girls.
So that if I was one of those top 3 right now, that's my signal to go. Okay, if he's gapping that much already on this set of tyres, I need to go in. I'm not going to stay out here for that long, because in one lap he's gapped that much. That's no good for those guys. Meanwhile, what battle is this?
Yeah, I was just looking at that Daniel Fritz, but then I just noticed Steve Kokoschke's actually made another position on David Atkinson. So we know he started first. he's lapping pretty well. Fastest guy out there is no secret, is Ben Miles. But Steve Kokoschky is one of the top 5 out there as well in lap time. So watch for him to, and he's just off that lead lap as well. So he's about half a lap down. So watch him come back if there's a safety car. But these laps are ticking down very quickly. We're nearly down into our last 25 laps, and the leaders still haven't pitted. So I don't mean to go back to the leaders over and over again, but I really want to see when these guys are going to pit.
Yeah, well, at this point in time, I would have boxed by now. But they're trying something different. They're all in a rhythm, so that's a good thing. They're all in slip. Jamie's actually went offline there, just trying to get the grip on those front tyres.
So the other battle that's forming out here, Brad Hayes. We saw him racing before. He actually started in P9. He's got up into P5 now, and he's got Julian Muckey behind him. So they're in a little battle for 5th. That looks like it's heating up. Nothing much going on. They're doing the best Albon impression, are they? In Australia 2022. Thanks, Mitchell. I didn't really get the reference, but awesome. I don't want to make you feel isolated, but okay.
We'll get a reply back Tyson, saying about something.
Yeah, well, Thomas Burns said, if they don't stop at all, there'll still be a lap up. That's right, but compulsory tyres that they need to take, and I can tell you that they'll need fuel. There's no way you'll make 75 laps on here on the tank of fuel unless the whole thing was on the safety car. Now, speaking of safety car, I honestly thought we would be under safety car for about 50 of the 75 laps tonight, so it's going very quick. No compulsory tyres.
Oh, wow.
I've been told. Okay, well that's different to what I knew. You would definitely come in for tyres though. There's no way you'd want to go out there on the used, disgusting rubber that you come in on. Min's Admin's in here. That's one of Ben Miles' fan group. I'll just duck onto him now. He is in no man's land. He was racing pretty quick. He's actually gaining on Tyson Hammer into P9, so we'll keep an eye on that as we go.
I was going to say, Tyson Hammer, he kind of just dropped off of the face of the earth. We saw his tyres just absolutely have nothing there.
Oh, well, did he pit? I thought he came into the pits. We'll have a look. No, he's pitted. He's pitted.
Ah.
So he's come in. He was the first guy to react, and he's gone out there and he's doing lap times that are about 0.2 of a second quicker. So 2/10 quicker than his competitors. So he should take the lead, but we'll find out what's going to go on. The thing is, do you really want to come in and do the undercut? Because you want that really nice rubber for that last 5 laps. So I don't know.
It's a hard one. Yeah, and like I said, as well, it's all strategy, and it's all who comes in first and plays the long game, or who stays out and does that short game of battle, and go, oh my god, Tyson's already here. Okay, now we're screwed. Now we need even to push even harder, while Tyson just needs to pull away. That's all he needs to do. He doesn't really need to push hard compared to the other guys. So it'll be interesting. It'll be definitely interesting.
So that's at the end of turn. Is at the end of turn 2, and this is turn 3, going start finish. Then you come down here into turn 1. I mean, there's so many corners for us to bring in. It's hard for me to know where they are on track. And this is coming into turn 2. This is probably my favourite turn on this track because it narrows right up.
No, this is turn 3.
Oh, just turn 3. That's what I meant to say.
Yep. That's it.
We should see him come through here.
Exit.
That's him there going through the exit now. We'll
you get lost around here, Aaron.
I'm already lost, mate. So I might jump on with Tyson Hammer. Where is he? You want to see the pit stops? The BAP has asked me to put some pit stop stuff up, and I will. It actually is up there. It's hard to see. Beside their laps, beside their time, it shows their pit stops as well. So if you can't see that, I'll just go through it manually for you guys. So I'll tell you who hasn't pitted. I'll tell you who hasn't pitted if I can read things. So Fitzroy Beaumont, Jamie Christensen, Kyle Ridley, Brad Hayes, Julian Mokai and Tim Vaughan all haven't pitted. So the person that is leading from the pit stops is Tyson Hammer, which I've got on the camera now. So he's a fair way off the leaders. About 20. He's about a lap off the leaders.
Has Tim Vaughan done a pit stop yet?
Definitely not.
Okay.
Definitely not. I'm looking at Tim Vaughan. He's in this little battle for fourth at the moment, and he has definitely not pitted. Actually, is that battle?
No, that'd be the battle. Yes, that'd be for the battle for fourth.
So I'll take that graphic down for the battle there. I'll see if I can see who's actually in the battle for fourth.
No, it's Brad Hayes and Julian.
Yeah, okay then. Yeah, you're right. And there's
no.
the margins.
Compared to Tim. So Tim's getting some free air here as well. So good games from Tim.
I think we just
And
had a
he
small
came in
little
for
hiccup
penalty
there
as
on the stream. If anyone saw that, I apologise, but we're back up and running. I might just go. There's so much to look at. I'm going to go back to the leaders here. Oh wow, these guys are really pushing. So there's Jamie Christensen again. That's Fitzroy Beaumont in the middle, and that's Kyle Ridley. He's found some good pace. So he's on used rubber, and he's one of the fastest guys out there on the track. He just did a 30.8. The guys around him are doing 31s.
Wow.
The great Fitzroy Beaumont, they say. Yeah, that's him.
Yep, that one.
Who's that? That's coming to that pack as well. That is
Liam.
Is it Liam or is it David? Or is it David Atkinson? No, it's not David Atkinson. Oh my God!
Who's in this battle? That is Liam Banks.
Oh, it is Liam. No,
Behind.
that is not Liam. I don't know who that. It's Fitzroy, they say, but no. Who's in the blue?
Oh, David Milne.
Oh, it's David Milne. Sorry, David. Yeah, that is David Milne. I apologise. So he's in actually P10 at the moment. He's pitted. These guys in front of him haven't. So he's just trying to hang on to that lap. He's.
Sorry, I just want to cut you off, but Kyle Ridley's actually skipped away from Fitz Beaumont and Jamie Christensen.
Yeah, he's got a nice little 1.6 second gap. I think it's because these guys are really battling. Let's watch these guys because I think we're going to see them come into pits very, very shortly. They must be getting low on fuel. They must be getting low on fuel, low on tyres.